Hi, everyone. Welcome to Listen to the Stars. My name is Nicole. I have a very special guest today, Astro Sharmistha, coming all the way from, are you in India right now? Right? So she is all the way live from India, and we are going to discuss a lot of important astrological things, the 2018 transits, Trump's, not necessarily his chart, but the horary chart that she cast for Trump, a lot of common astrological questions, and we're actually going to be answering your questions live as well. So if you're interested in astrology, tarot cards, the cards of truth, anything like that, then please subscribe, and you'll also get notifications when I am live on YouTube. And let's just get right into it. I want to introduce you to everyone because some of my followers, some of my subscribers don't know who you are. So who are you? Tell us a little.
I'm just an astrologer whose name is Astro Sharmistha. And people know me as Astro Sharmistha. And hello, everyone, whoever is watching the show. And I'm a Vedic astrologer and practicing in quote unquote Vedic astrology only. And this is so vast, I don't think I'll be getting any more time to touch palmistry or tarot or anything else, though I have studied all. But this is so interesting, I'm just going on and with that.
Yeah. And where did you study astrology?
This is in India, in my city. I'm in Mumbai. There is one institution which is called, those who know a little bit of Vedic astrology, I'm sure they have heard the name K.N. Rao. He's a very, very, big astrologer and very renowned, authentic Vedic astrologer. His name is K.N. Rao. He has written lots of books also. So he's quite old right now. And he is the, head of one astrological institute that is called Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, and over there they teach astrology for 5 years course. That's like 2 years Jyotirvid and then 3 years Jyotirvisharad. So that's a very methodical way of learning astrology. It's not that you are just downloading some pages here and some pages there. So very methodical way. We started from how to make manual charts. Okay. Like all the horoscope, we get it in via any software. So that's how you can make it, and how it's. I started from Western astrology. So side by side, we went on with Vedic astrology also. So by the time I finished up this course and all in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, and so I completed both the things, like Western and Vedic. But then Vedic is much more in details and in depth. So that was my much more, you can say, interest. So I went on with that one only.
Wow, that's amazing. And how long have you been doing astrology total?
Almost 9-10 years.
Jeez, that's so long. And just
I feel that it's so long, but when I keep on learning many things even till day, but I keep on researching many things till day, and I just feel that it's been 10 years and I didn't know that. So astrology is so vast. 10 years is nothing, and in that few years were just my learning, that in college. Yeah, there is to be every year even lots of every year we have to give the exams in 5 subjects, 6 subjects, even astrological mathematics. Mathematics used to be every year, it used to be 200 marks of mathematics, astrological mathematics.
Wow, that's
especially in Western astrology, primary direction and secondary direction. So that is very much over there. So we used to do lots of maths, first of all.
Yeah. And it's funny because nowadays most people don't relate astrology to math, but it's highly mathematical if you actually wanted to cast charts by hand. And just so that everyone's watching, a lot of people on my channel, a lot of astrologers that come on use a tropical zodiac, but you use the sidereal zodiac, even though you've studied the tropical zodiac. So I just want everyone to know that when you go through the 2018 predictions, and that's all going to be with the sidereal zodiac. It's not going to be tropical.
Yes. So one more thing, I just want to ask you that, I mean, can we see who are the people actually watching this stream, live streaming, and they can even write down the questions?
Yes, so people are watching, people are commenting. Heidi from Channel 27 says hi. You know Heidi.
Hi.
And
Yeah.
also, yeah, people are watching right now. And just so that you guys know that are watching, you are welcome to leave any questions that you have, because at the end of this session, we're going to take any questions that you have about astrology. It can be anything.
Yes, but I cannot see the questions because I think it's your channel, so you can see it, right?
Yep, I can see it. So I'll let you know which questions we'll answer. You know,
Okay, fine, fine, fine. No, that's okay. Yeah, surely, surely. Anything, any random questions you can pick up.
unless you want to open up the video, if you want to open up my channel, you'll be able to click on it and you'll see the live chat too. So you can do that as well.
Okay, so that will be different window. It's better that I'm stick to this one.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's keep talking about astrology. It's really nice to get to know you and how you've studied and how long you've been doing things, because you know you have so much experience. You've been doing this for a long time and you do this all the time. I follow you on Instagram, on Facebook, all these places, your YouTube channel. You are nonstop doing astrology from the time you wake up until when you go to sleep. It's just
Yes, yes, that's so true. You have said, eating, talking, walking, dreaming, breathing, any sort of things. It's astrology in my mind. I walk, talk, breathe, eat, dream, everything astrology. So when even see this, I'm on that level right now. If anyone talks in any particular way, any explains in a different way, I keep on thinking. I try to understand where will be his Mercury, where will be his moon, that he's talking in this way, he's explaining is that way. So I'm always into that nowadays. And when you go to when your obsession with astrology is that much, passion level is that much, then you will get the thing. It's not always just practicing. Many people are practicing, whether it's singing or sports or anything, but few people are made for that, because in their pulse rate, they live for cricket, they live for soccer, something like this. So when you will go on that stage, things will come automatically. That's how I feel. And I didn't know that I'll be on such kind of scenario someday, because I just started astrology as a hobby. I thought that I wanted to learn it. It's such a such an interesting thing. And finally I understood that, yeah, that's something I can do 24/7 without getting bored, without getting tired.
Yeah, I know how you feel. I'm always reading astrology books and watching videos. That leads me to one of the questions we were going to talk about, and that's, how can you tell from a birth chart that someone can be an astrologer?
The very first thing, there can be in astrology, all the people watching over here, those who want to learn astrology, those who don't want to learn astrology, just enthusiastic about astrology, or those who just trust in astrology, they believe in astrology, they just want to take the positivity of astrology. For everyone, in astrology, there is no single rule which will go with all the horoscope. It's not going to happen, and this is not possible. If I say that sun in Sagittarius is going to make make a person priest, but maybe you will find one guy who is having sun in Sagittarius and he's not a priest, he is just a very common businessman. So one rule will not go for all the horoscope, that's for sure. So when you will ask me for anything like how to understand one person will be astrologer, or one will be learning astrology, there are different sections. Learning astrology, okay, like many people in my page, also in my website, I have seen that they know lots of astrology, even they have 20-30 years of experience in astrology. Maybe they are unable to predict much, but they have that much of experience in this field. They are learning, and every day they are learning, they're reading about it. So what will make you interested in astrology, and what will make you astrologer? There's two things, and there is no common things. There is no single particular formula for that, but there can be such combination. Few combinations will be almost same for all the horoscope. Number one, if you have to have very much interest in astrology, as well as learning astrology quite strongly, like you learning every basis. Okay, so that sort of astrological level, your fifth lord, your ninth house lord, and your 10th house lord, they will have to be somehow, related to each other, either together, or eighth lord, 10th lord together, or fifth lord, 10th lord together. Especially fifth and eighth lord. When fifth and eighth lord are together or linked up, maybe exchange, or maybe fifth lord in eighth house or eighth lord in fifth house. So that's how the things are, because eighth house is the house of occult. This is this hidden science. Okay, because there were time when people not used to talk about astrology or learning astrology one to another so easily, because it was very secretive knowledge. Only guru from guru it used to go on. So this eighth house, the secretive knowledge, and 11th from the eighth house, that is fifth house, sixth house, and then fifth house is actually 10th from eighth house. So when you need to take it as a profession, then fifth and eighth house will have to have some connection, either your nakshatra wise or your positioning wise, or exchange or conjunction. Something will have to be there. Basically, I mean, mostly, majority of the time, as I said, it will not go for everyone, but majority of the time, it's gonna be like this, number one. Number two, I will say Ketu is the one which gives focus, which gives this spiritual, vibes in our life. So Ketu will have to be that much strong. It's not that Ketu is, everyone is having Ketu in their horoscope, the south node, but then that south node will have to be strong in our life. So either it's afflicting your moon very badly, so perhaps your moon is in very bad shape. That's why you are doing very what to say, you are doing very very much unusual thing in your day-to-day life. But when it comes to occult, you are quite sharp. You are getting quite a lot of interest. But maybe your interest is not in earning. You are unable to earn. You are unable to get a job. You are unable to establish your business because that moon is disturbing you. That moon is not giving you that much of focus or stability of mind to carry on. But when moon will be that much afflicted, perhaps your moon is debilitated, plus aspected by Ketu. It was a complete gone case. But when it will come to occult, he will be very much interested. He will be searching a website. He will be doing his sort of exercise or research to learn or know about it more. So that is very first thing. When moon is going to be highly afflicted, then definitely that sort of the inquisitiveness for occult science is going to be there. Mm-hmm. And for learning it, then this is the interest part. Okay, trust, interest. For learning it, it will have to be, obviously, your Jupiter will have to be at least good enough in fiery sign, or it's not much of afflicted, something like this. Then you can keep on really learning in a better way, not in a different way. Like, there are very, very trustworthy or methodical way of learning is there. You just can't learn from one website, one page, second website, some other page. It will have to be this, methodical way. So that institutional way of learning, Jupiter can only give. Only Jupiter can give. And to be a good astrologer, if anyone asks me which is the planet very much responsible for that, I will say obviously Ketu is there. Because of Ketu only you will come to that, that part. But you need to have very good Mercury. Without good Mercury, you will not be quick enough. You will not be quick enough if someone is saying that, I'm having Scorpio ascendant, then you will have to have, instantly in your mind that what's his 11th house, what's his 7th house, what's his 8th house. So that's how you have to be quick enough. You will have to be quick enough about your calculation, and especially in Vedic astrology, it's astrology is the permutation and combination of so many things. Yeah. So many things. Your nakshatra, your transit, your positioning, your aspect, and how many yogas it's creating or it's not creating, who is activated, who is not activated. So because of that, your Mercury is very much important. So the more sharp you are, the more sharper is your Mercury, the better you are in astrology. So, and the profession astrology is with which planet? Mercury.
Yeah, that makes sense. And have you seen
Yeah.
Uttara Falguni, the nakshatra Uttara Falguni, showing up a lot for astrologers?
Yes, it's not for, again, it's not for everyone. At times I have seen that Revati people are also good astrologer. Uttar Falguni is the planet of Sun Nakshatra. Revati is Mercury Nakshatra. Even you can find Pusha people are also, and basically you will find Mula.
Yeah.
Because Mula is completely Ketu Nakshatra, and Mula is very much separated from every other thing. So
Right.
that is also, so yes, but those who will be, Uttar Falguni Nakshatra, astrologer with Uttar Falguni Nakshatra, that means moon is in Uttar Falguni. So moon will be in later degree of Leo, or moon will be earlier degree of Virgo, either of them. So that person will be very graceful astrologer. He will not be doing like, okay, give me $200, I'll be telling you everything. And like India, in India you'll be getting something like this. $200 will be in your currency, maybe $3. Okay, $3 or $4. So he will not be like, yeah, give me $5 and I will tell you everything. He will not be that sort of astrologer. He will learn first, slowly. Okay, he will learn. He will take time in learning, and then he will go for practicing in a very elegant way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yes, which nakshatra, which planet, which position is making what sort of astrologer, that's also one point. That is also you need to understand, because everyone is businessman. Who is better businessman? Who is selling what? Who is having what sort of code of conduct while making business? That's also one point. That's all about nakshatra flavor that will tell you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I think a lot of people have that question, so I hope everyone's looking at their charts to figure out.
Fifth, the very first thing, fifth house, eighth house. You need to be an astrologer. Try to understand whether your fifth house, eighth house, 10th house. I mean, either fifth, 10th, or fifth, eighth, or eighth, 10th, or eighth, fifth. I mean, it's better if fifth, eighth. If not, then fifth, 10th, fifth. So if these three are having some or the other way connection, then definitely the chances are maximum. I'll not say, absolutely there will be, some way of being astrologer, but maximum. So whoever is watching this one, you keep on finding out your relation in fifth and eighth.
Yes. Yeah, and we checked my chart too, and I have it. So that was really cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the same thing with my chart also. Yesterday I was telling you that I'm sure your chart will be having fifth and eighth connection. So, and that's what you have. Even same with me. In my horoscope, if you find out, it's all about 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8. So when you will be having 5, 8, 5, 8 nakshatra and 5, 8 most of the time getting activated, so you will not be able to be in job. The very first thing.
Yeah.
Job is not for you.
Yep, you have to work for yourself.
Your consultation, guidance, and guidance, teachings, that sort of thing. So you can guide people, you can support people. Such sort of thing is much more feasible for this sort of planetary position.
Is there anything else that shows that a person would more likely have their own business or do their own thing rather than work for someone else besides that?
First, we need to understand what are the houses for business,
What
are the houses for employment. Whenever anyone comes, like maximum consultation comes for career consultation, okay, and whenever anyone comes to me for career consultation, so how you will understand whether the person is, perhaps he's a big managerial post, CEO, or some good administrative post in a job. Perhaps you know that he's already in a job and he will be in a job for next till the time he's alive. So obviously you're not finding out job or business, but then how you will understand the way of earning, that is financial trine 2, 6, 10. So this one trine 2, 6, and 10, this trine, financial trine, will tell you the person is going to be, how he is going to earn, how he is going to have the financial strength in his life, how strong and weak, that is different issue, but what is going to be his way of professional life, that's one thing. When your fifth house is stronger than your sixth house, sixth is the house of employment, your day-to-day activity, how you're working under someone. Fifth is 12th from your sixth house, so negation of job, loss of job. So fifth is the house which is actually for own work. So whether it's consultation, guidance, or something, that is different issue. But this is the house of own work. Now, 10th is the house of profession. If someone is having many planets in the third house, if someone is having, like people say that third house Saturn is definitely going to give you your own work, give you your own business, whatever the business, but it will be your own work, because third is the house which is sixth from the 10th house. And sixth is what? Sixth is the house of obstacles, enemy, disease. So disease of what? Disease of in your profession, because it's sixth from your 10th. Third house is very strong. Third lord is in perhaps very strong. These are all these things. So what you will interpret it, how you are going to interpret it, you will understand that means he will be in job perhaps, but he will not be stick to job, because it's a disease in job. After every few days, he'll be feeling that there people are talking on his back. He is not satisfied. People are plotting behind him in his workplace, and some of the other conflict will go on. Third is sixth from the 10th house. So it's fifth house, it's third house. First house. First is eighth from the sixth house. Again, death of your job. So in your horoscope, if your first house, third house, or fifth house is getting activated most of the time. Now, there is one question people keep on asking me, even on my page every time. What do you mean when you say getting activated? Yeah. Now, that's a different part. But still, I would like to tell people, suppose you are going through Venus Mahadasha.
Right.
And Venus is your third and eighth house lord. And sitting in the first house. Okay. And you are having Pisces ascendant. Third lord, eighth lord sitting in the first house, exalted. So when it will be in the Pisces, and Venus Mahadasha going on, so these three houses will be activated because it's having rulership of these two houses, third and eighth, and it's sitting in the first house. So three houses are definitely getting activated whenever Venus Mahadasha going on. That much everyone got. Now the second part. In Pisces, Venus can be in Uttar Purva Bhadrapad, Uttar Bhadrapad, or Revati.
Yeah.
Suppose it's in Revati. Then again, it's actually activating 4th house and 7th house too. Because it's in Revati, and Revati, that means Mercury Nakshatra, and Mercury is having all these houses. So that's how one planet activates so many houses when the Mahadasha or Antardasha or Pratyantardasha starts of any planet. So I'll go in a simple way, not going on this nakshatra part, because that will be quite critical for many people to understand at this point. At least when Venus Mahadasha will start, it will activate its ownership houses and where it's sitting. These three houses definitely it's going to activate, right?
Yeah.
So that's what is called. So forget. So if your first house is having three planets, so obviously every time first house will get activated, right? Or your third house is having many planets, or your fifth house is having many. Your any planet. I have seen few chart or many charts I came across. Like any one nakshatra is coming on and on and on again. It's like you can say Pusha is Saturn nakshatra, or maybe there are 4 planets in Saturn nakshatra. One is Pusha, 2 is in Anuradha, another is in somewhere else. So I mean Uttar Bhadrapad. So some or the other way, Saturn nakshatra is much more in the horoscope. So obviously, wherever Saturn ownership houses, that is going to get activated more and more. So that's how we find out which is the house getting activated most of the time. So if your first, third, and fifth house, they are strong enough, they are getting activated most of the time in your lifetime, then definitely you are not going to be in job. Even if you start your life with job, your career with job, with employment, with working under someone, but then you are going to end up, leaving the job, changing your job, no durability, no consistency in job, and you are just changing one after another company, one after another stream. So at one point you will be like, you'll get fed up, you will get tired, and you will say that no, I cannot go with that inconsistent career path. I'll have to have something which is prominent.
Right.
So this is, and remember one thumb rule: when Saturn is in third house, it gives 99% time own work, because third is the house of courage, third is the house of your own effort, third is the house of challenge, third is the house of willpower. So when Saturn will be in the third house, obviously you can understand, Saturn will say that, okay, it's your time. I will not do anything. I will not give you anything till the time you are not putting your self-effort. So then when Saturn in third house, it pushes person to do their own work.
That makes sense to me.
And I hope it's making sense to everyone, whoever is watching it.
Yeah, hopefully. Let us know if you have any questions. I know the internet is kind of cutting in and out. So I'll let you know if anything gets, obscured from what you're saying. But is the internet looking good from your end?
I guess, I don't know, because I was talking till the time I was not listening to you.
Okay.
But when you are listening, you are saying something, so.
Okay, I think it's okay. We'll just keep going.
Okay,
so
is it okay now?
It is. It was worse before, but I think people could still hear you.
Okay.
That was good. All right. So the one thing we were going to talk about that I think people will be interested in is you cast a chart for Donald Trump at the time of election, correct?
Not at the time of election. Before election. When was election?
I don't know the exact date. Maybe someone in the chat.
I guess 8th November.
The 8th of November. So,
and I did the prediction in October 15, 16, something like this.
Okay, perfect. So if you wanted to share that chart and explain what you were going to explain, I feel like that'll be a good time to look at that.
Usually I don't go for such things like predicting who is going to win or who is going not to win in any election. I mean, there is only one winner. Okay, so I usually don't go for it, because I have seen that the main hurdle is not the prediction or skill. The main hurdle is the available data. There is no authenticity how true or false the data available online. Someone will say Trump is Leo, someone will say Cancer, someone will say no, he is having 10th house, someone will say something. So I was thinking a lot. It's been few months. For a few months I was thinking that what can I do to analyze, because it's a huge event, and I personally wanted him to win. Actually, interested in it, that how to understand who is going to win. And everyone say that, please, we know that Hillary is going to win, so what's the big deal about it? Hillary will win. And I was like, okay, but what horoscope says, I will go for that. So it's been few months I was researching on it. I was trying to find out what can be different way to predict without the birth timing, without taking care of the birth time. I mean, maybe in internet there are lots of birth timing available of Donald Trump, but I thought not to consider any of them and go for some different way out, some different way of looking at the horoscope. So first of all, I knew that there is one way in Vedic astrology, that was horary chart. Okay. So on 8th November morning, Washington DC, 8 a.m. horoscope, I opened. How that horoscope is going to work for Donald Trump, that's what I have actually I worked on. Second way, that I'll share with people later. The second way, I thought that for Republicans, whenever Saturn was in different signs, how it was good or bad for Republicans, how it was good or bad for Democrats. Then whenever Jupiter was in different sign, how it worked for Donald Trump. because he was bankrupt. He declared bankruptcy twice, right?
Yeah, and his life
So
is public, so you can see that.
yes. So when it happened, that was obviously his bad time, right? So when it happened, what was the planetary position? At least big planets like Jupiter, Saturn, and Rahu Ketu. These three, four things we can consider. So I thought of considering these planets, big planets, in different, because in Wikipedia was giving all his lifestyle, right? So that was all correct thing. That when he declared his first bankruptcy, and when he went for first marriage, second marriage, or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's how I kept on analyzing that as per the Saturn positioning, what is beneficial for him. Whenever Saturn is in fiery sign, what it does for Republicans. Whenever what it does for Democrats.
Yeah.
So what I found out by doing all the research, then I can you hear me?
Yep, now I can. It cut out, but we didn't miss anything.
Okay, fine, because it was giving me that your connection is not stable. I said, oh no. So so that's how I kept on going, that how to go for this. So now I'm sharing the screen so you can see.
Yes. I love that you actually just did the research and like studied the patterns, because I feel like that says so much more than just following random astrological principles that people come up with.
Okay, so you can see that?
Yep, we can see it all.
Okay, so the chart I got for actually 8th November morning for Washington, D.C., that was Capricorn rising chart.
Mm-hmm.
And if you, I knew that Saturn is in Scorpio. We can't do anything about it because Saturn was in Scorpio all the time at that time. I can't move that one. Okay, so only the rising sign and small planets, they will be telling all the story. Because Saturn was in Scorpio at that time, Jupiter was in Virgo at that time. All of us knew it, and Rahu is in Leo, Ketu is in Aquarius. All these things we knew.
Yep.
What we didn't know, that what would be the rising sign and small planets, how they're working for it. So that's how I kept on going on. Looking at this chart, I understood that whenever you go for horary chart, that means what's the horoscope of some particular moment as per your question. This is actually question chart, okay? Horary chart means the question chart. Mm-hmm. Like suppose someone came to me and asked me that, please tell me whether I'm going to get this job or not. Today, I'm going to have one interview, whether I'll be successful or not. So the moment he will ask me, and that very moment, the chart I'll open. Yeah. That is the question horoscope. That is called horary in Vedic astrology. So that's what is this one. And if you look at in horary horoscope, first house is actually what you are, and seventh house is your opposition. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because first house is you, seventh house is whoever is there in this world apart from you. Lord, if you look at this thing, the first lord is actually in the inimical sign, this Saturn. Yeah. But the opposition Trump was opposition at that time, because a Democrat was in power.
Okay. Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah, so seventh lord is exalted and 11th away from it. If you see, seventh lord is 11th house away from it and exalted. I said yes. This is not the chart of Trump. This is not the chart of Hillary. This is the chart of that moment, which will say who will win. So what we will talk about the first house. First house is the ruling party, and seventh house is the opposition party. Are you getting?
Okay, yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, so yep. The first house is of ruling party, that's of Obama and Hillary. Okay, and seventh house is the opposition party, this is none other than Trump. Mm-hmm. And when your first house lord is actually in very troubled condition, because Saturn in Scorpio is bad, it's very inimical.
Yes.
So that's how I kept on seeing there what are the things, and many Rajyogas are happening over there. So that's how I kept on seeing all the things. Where is moon in which nakshatra? And if you see, I have written actually over here, then Jupiter in Scorpio and Sagittarius are completely Republican territory. I have seen and in fact, whenever Saturn was in watery sign Scorpio, Republican were ruling. It's like 1924, 1956 to 60 Eisenhower, then 1984 Reagan. So all these things I researched on it.
Wow.
When Saturn was in Scorpio, how Republican performed or how Democrat performed. So that's the reason I have seen that 50-50 condition is happening over here with the history. Okay, how with the planetary position all the party worked. That was the history part I researched. That was saying, okay, 50-50. And when I opened this horary chart of this rising, Capricorn rising, that gave me very, very well, indication that no, there is something going to be wrong with Hillary. No idea what, but then Trump will come. And even if you look at that part at the end, I have seen that people should be, very much used to it from now on, that they are going to call it the President Trump. Yeah, I've written it. See, so that's it. So that was the combination of many things: horary chart and planetary positions, how they kept on supporting both the parties.
Wow, nice work.
Yeah, so that's how it went. And still this article is still on my website also, astrosharmistha.com, and on my page also, Astro so in a Facebook page also. So it's anyone can go and read it, can understand how I did it.
And I've included her website and YouTube channel in the description box, so make sure you subscribe and you go to her website. I didn't put her Facebook page, but I think you should be able to find it pretty easily. Just type.
Okay, they can find it out.
Okay.
So there can be different. There is no see, in astrology, what matters. If anyone comes to me and says what matters in astrology, I would say there's only one USP in astrology. That is prediction, and prediction.
Yeah.
You don't know astrology, and you can predict 100%. I would say wow, and a lot of things. You are so knowledgeable. You have 30 years of study in astrology, and when it comes to prediction, your accuracy is 30%, 40%. Then no, you go back and you study more.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, prediction matters.
Yeah, it does. It depends because, in Western astrology in the United States here, a lot of astrology is catered around just like personality assessment and not prediction. So that's what I feel like makes Vedic astrology kind of special, is that you really can learn really specific ways to predict, even to the day. Like my teacher, Michael Reed, one of my teachers, he can predict things to the day. He just did a post on his Facebook page where he predicted an event on the exact date. And not all astrologers are willing to do that. They'll just predict like to a 6-month period, It's not easy.
If there are two things are very common. If you have the timing is accurate, I have seen most of the times people ask me why astrologers prediction doesn't go correct. I will say maximum time is wrong birth timing. And obviously then skill, different sort of skill. The skill is not good or the method is not good. That is different. But the very first thing, I will not give all the, I'll not be savior for the astrologers, but this is really a true fact that timing is really, really one very, very annoying thing for we astrologers, because people come up and say that I was born in 8 o'clock in the morning. So do you think that someone was born that dot timing? 8 o'clock. Yeah. Avatar get born or at broad timing. We're not Avatar.
Right. Yeah. I rectify birth times, and you get a lot of times that are just like at exactly the hour, and it's not.
Yeah. yeah, 8:30 in the at night, then 3:30 in the evening. And I'm like, how can it be possible that someone was born on dot timing, 3:30, no fraction, nothing, no, it's not 3:20 or 3:17, 3:18, it's just 3:30. So you can understand that. And if someone is just 18, 19 years old and saying that he was born in 8 o'clock in the morning, still I will take it. But if someone was born in 60s,
Yeah.
50s, then I know that it's complete, it's some hodgepodge thing. So that's where the accuracy go down. So birth timing is very, very important for prediction level. And then it comes to, you need to break down to the day, as you are telling me.
Yeah.
Day to day.
When you have an accurate birth time, I've seen in charts that, like, especially if a transit's going to trigger something, it'll trigger it at the exact time that transit is exact,
Yes. And also the dasha wise, when you go to your antardasha, pratantardasha, prandasha, sukshma dasha, so then you can understand that, yes, this hours, when you go to a sukshma dasha, then it's for a few hours.
Yeah.
So a little bit of time here and there, then hour goes wrong. So otherwise, astrology works. That's what I keep on telling people, that astrology is not some walk thing. Astrological, this science itself, it's not fake. Yeah, astrologer can be fake. Astrologer can have lots of flow, but astrology is a very, very, very very accurate thing. It's not the cup of tea of everyone to understand it, and still I'm trying. I perhaps know 10% of the whole thing.
Oh yeah. It's a vast subject.
Very vast thing. Yes.
All right. So I think that we should talk about some of the upcoming transits for 2018 so we don't run out of time. So whatever you've seen coming up for the next year for people that they can start to look out for, get excited about.
See, next year, this 2018, lots of people were asking me since last few months, is any war going on? Some World War III is coming, 4 is coming. I mean, so all these things, World War is coming. I said yes, the warlike situation is there, and Trump is going to be violent, that's for sure, and all these things going on, fine. But I told everyone that 2017 is not the year to have war.
Yeah.
Definitely that was not the year, and still, we are left out with 1.5 months. 2017 is not the year we can experience any war. But yes, 2017 was very much naturally, it was very drastic. In some cyclone, typhoon, this, that, flood, all these things were going on. But 2018, especially the starting of 2018, when Mars will move to, I'm talking about the Vedic astrology, so people can get mixed up on that, tropical and sidereal. Right. But in sidereal astrology, Mars is going to be in Sagittarius.
Yeah, well, there's still going to be the conjunction in both.
Yes, Saturn is, whenever you want any sort of violence, Mars is a warrior planet. It's a very energetic planet. Mars field. That's why the sign Aries. Okay, Aries gets restless because it is a fiery sign, Martian sign. So it gets restless. If you follow Aries people, they keep on changing things. They start everything. They don't finish up on the middle of everything. They finish up and then they leave it. Then they go for something else. So that Martian energy, they are so high always on all this aggression and all. When they will be seeing the enemy just in front of them, so you can understand how Mars is going to act. I guess 2016, not 17, 2016, Mars and Saturn was together for 2.5 months in Scorpio, if you can remember it. So Brussels was having, lots of all this blast and all was happening. Brussels, then Paris, then London, something. So all that time it was happening. When Mars and Saturn was together, in Scorpio. So when again it will be over here in Sagittarius, then we can actually expect such kind of scenario again. And it,
I was just going to say, and because it's in Sagittarius, do you feel like that makes it have those religious overtones where people are really fighting and battling over their belief systems?
this is one point. Yes, I'm coming to it. Secondly, what's the sign Sagittarius? Sagittarius is a battlefield. You know that, right?
No, I didn't actually know that Sagittarius was a battlefield.
Sagittarius is a battlefield. Yes, Sagittarius, wow. The Dhanu Rashi, it's a battlefield. And what's the bow and arrow is the sign. Yeah. You can understand. Sagittarius is a battlefield. So you can understand in battlefield, Sagittarius is where it's a fiery sign. Okay.
Yeah.
Sagittarius is a fiery sign, and Mars does well in Sagittarius. So I don't think it's going to be positive for, I mean, I'm talking about the globally, not person to person, that this sign, that sign. Globally, it's going to be very, very hard for us. Even if we talk about the mass people, general people, will be very people will go through lots of conflict. It depends where the Sagittarius sign is. If Sagittarius is your rising sign, then obviously you will keep on having the conflict with every other person you are coming across, because you will be aggressive. Sometimes you are aggressive, sometimes you're you are very insecure, you are very much just talking about people's hindrances. So you will be having dual characteristics completely, because everything is going on your ascendant.
Yeah.
And secondly, and the belief system you are talking about, yes. So now you will see that all the militants, whether it's in Myanmar, it's happening with the Rohingyas, or in Gulf countries, or in Pakistan. So they will be hyper. They will get hyper in no time. So in Brussels, that blast was due to what? The same religious belief, right? Yeah. You or me or our no one from our side went there to do all these things. So all these were because of particular religious belief, right? Mm-hmm. So again, the same thing will happen, but that was in watery sign.
Yeah.
But this one is not going to be that easy. This one is not going to be that easy. Plus, over here, Saturn is still in Mula. When all these things will be happening, Saturn will be in Mula. And Mula is very shrewd. Mula is very pointed. Mula is like, okay, no matter what, I will see the end. I will die, but I will see the end. Mula is having that sort of attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So when Saturn is going to have that sort of attitude, and Mars will say that, okay, bring it on, and then what's going to happen? So this is going to be a tough time worldwide, globally. And for individual people also, we are going to we will mess around. If Dasha is not too much supportive, perhaps you are going through Yoga Karak Mahadasha, perhaps you are going to have some, very good houses activated. So perhaps it will give you a little bit of assurance and support, but otherwise it's going to be tough, number one. Secondly, when Mars is going to be with Ketu in Capricorn, where Mars will be exalted. So if you look back in history, most of the world war actually happened when Mars and Ketu was together.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying 2018 is really a time we all need to keep ourselves cool and calm. Just let the time go on, pass on this phase, and later we can see what's happening. So these 2 times is definitely going to have, especially for Cancer people, it's going to be very hard. Cancer rising ascendant people, it's going to be because Mars is their 4th house lord. So mentally, emotionally, there will not be peace at home. Domestic happiness will not be there. So they are going to be very, very restless time they are going to go through. So I'd say this is the time. First of all, take care of health. Don't go for rash driving. This, that. Don't push your opinion on others. Don't push your opinion on others. Don't push your belief system. 9th house, that natural 9th sign, Sagittarius, is your ideology. your religious belief, your ideology. So, or your judgment power, that is also your ninth house. So your judgment power will go, you will get tricked.
Yeah.
You will get tricked by your aggression, or you will get tricked by your insecure mind. No one else is going to trick you over here. Here, no one else is going to trick you. It's your own mind will play in different way. So it's going to be really tricky for all of us. We just need to keep calm and quiet, not to push our views, our ideology, our belief system to anyone. Otherwise, how it happens. And don't rush for anything. Don't rush for anything during this. I guess it's happening in March, April, May. No, April, May, June.
Okay.
And then Mars is going to be retro, I guess, after that.
Okay.
Mars will be retrograde also. So these 3 months, 2.5 months or 3 months, when Saturn, Mars will be in Sagittarius with Saturn, and then Mars will be with Ketu in Capricorn. Just keep cool. Don't rush. That, oh my God, when my business will have the new deal, this, that. Don't push yourself. Don't rush. Because Mars will rush. Mars is very energetic. Mars is very young, vibrant, and Mars is hot-headed. Mars means fast. Mars is very quick. Mars is faster. Saturn is cold. Saturn is insecure. Saturn is slow. Saturn will keep on thinking. Saturn will not let you go till the time you didn't work on all these things. You just can't rush.
Yeah.
You'll have to do your homework. You will have to have your basic concept clear for everything. That what's going on. Your perception, perspective, all these things will have to be very clear. Then only Saturn will say, okay, you can go. So it's like speed versus patience.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can work on speed versus patience, then it's good enough. But yeah, that can be very good time when people can go for, fitness. Mars, Saturn together, people can go crazy for fitness, going for gym, working out, yeah, gymming, going for, exercise, physical exercise, diet, and all these things. Those who are planning for a long time, that yes, I need to shed a few kilos. I will start today, tomorrow. Then there's a good time coming for them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mars, Saturn together, whoever is having Mars, Saturn together in their horoscope, these people are naturally inclined towards fitness. They love to do exercise. They love to be fit. Whether they're able to do it or not, different thing. But then they are very enthusiastic about going to gym, doing exercise, being fit, and they have broad shoulder. That's the basic, you can say, characteristics.
Yeah, it's a good way to channel that crazy energy.
Yes, you can say that the sports and high energy sports, not mediocre.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, so I think we had a lot of other questions we were going to perhaps answer, but maybe we'll have to do another video at some point. I think if anyone that's watching has any questions to ask, then please type them in the comment section. And while you do that, I was going to ask you as a final question. Let me think about which one's the best one. I think it would be good to ask about Sade Sati, because people are always scared about Saturn, and a lot of people are like, we were just talking about Saturn and Mars. So if you can just kind of describe maybe some of the good things about Saturn and what people should know.
Everyone is scared of Saturn. Even I'm scared of Saturn. I'm scared of Saturn in a different way. I'm scared of Saturn because I know that if I keep on pending my work, okay, then Saturn will not leave me. I know that if I'm breaking the rules once, twice, then third time, Saturn is going to give me back, 10 times more. So that's how I'm afraid of Saturn. And few people are afraid of Saturn just by the name of Saturn. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to work on their pending stuff. They don't want to do any hard work. They don't want to go by disciplined lifestyle. They're just, annoyed and afraid of the word Saturn.
Yeah.
So Saraswati, I hope everyone knows what is Saraswati. Saraswati is when in transit Saturn comes near to moon. Where is your natal moon? Okay, in birth chart. So wherever is your moon, just one sign prior to your moon, when Saturn will be there. That means 12th from your moon sign. That's the starting point of Saraswati. Then with your moon, in conjunction with your moon, that is the peak point of Saraswati, and the ending phase of Saraswati, that is second from the moon. So 3 houses, if your moon is here, so over here when Saturn will be, then with your moon, and then after moon. So before, with, and after these 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 7.5 years. That's the reason it is called Saraswati, Sarasat Sal, 7.5 years. So moon is very sensitive. Moon is moon is very palpable, emotional, very imagination power, and everything is with moon. Moon is for focus, our mental strength, emotional strength, our nourishment, everything. Okay, so moon is very important. If your moon is, your mind is not focused, so you'll not be even able to earn money. You'll not be able to give your 100% to your partner, to your children, to anything. Okay, because you're upset. So depression, anxiety, all these things will come from that moon only. So when Saturn comes, it makes our mind depressed. When Saturn comes near to, closer to the moon, it makes our mind very much practical. Why we become depressed of Saraswati or Saturn's, closeness? Saturn is very, very practical planet. He doesn't have emotion. He doesn't like any unnecessary baggage on our shoulder. Any emotional unnecessary baggage. Saturn knows that this person is not going to stick to you for next 1 year, 1.5 years. So Saturn will just cut off this guy from your life. And you'll be like, oh no, I lost him. And you will be crying like anything. But Saturn knows that he's not there. He's not going to be there for you in the long run. So why not now? So Saturn is practical. So when the practical planet comes in front of you, then you slowly start saying, oh my God, I became old and I didn't do anything. Oh my God, my daughter is getting, she's growing up. I'll have to, get a good guy for her, and her marriage, and so many expenses are there, their education. Then you start thinking practically all those things. And then you get all this depression. Oh no, I have long list of, to-do list. Then you start calculating what are the achievements, what are the things you need to do, what are the things you couldn't do. So it's Saturn which pushes you to look at the original scenario rather than being in the dreamy world. Yes, I'm doing well, life is just going on. No.
Yeah, reality
check Saturn will give you. So that's the one thing. And Saturn gives insecurity. Saturn gives unnecessary fear. These are the, I would say, byproduct or negative sides of Saturn. But everything has one positivity, because of all these phases you will go through in that 7.5 years, you will be more sharper, you will be more hard worker, you will be more practical, and you will be calculative. You will be very disciplined, because Saturn will stop everything. If you are not working, Saturn will stop. You are not working, Saturn will stop. So when all the doors slowly closing for you, then you will understand that, your older method is not working. Now you will have to be more aggressive. You will have to be more, disciplined, and you will have to give 200% push. Then you go with the new method of working, which is much more better. And Saturn, in my astrology college, I asked my mathematics teacher, astrology mathematics teacher, that, at that time, long time back, I just asked him, my Saraswati will be coming a few years back, after a few years. What sort of thing it can give me? He didn't look at my chart. He didn't see anything. He just said one thing. See, Sharmistha, whatever it does, one thing I can tell you, it will make you independent.
Yeah.
It will make you self-reliable. And I could really understand realize what a true sentence he told me. I became self-reliable. I don't have to depend on anyone. I have seen that people are actually, wherever the person I was relying, he was disappointing me. I was relying someone for graphic work, some other work. I was getting, upset because they were not up to the mark. So I had to learn. I had to do. So I became self-sufficient. So Saraswati made me self-sufficient, independent. Number one, that my teacher told me long back. Saturn is a planet you should not be, afraid of. Why? It's like police. If you look at the police, will you be, will you be afraid that, oh my God, he's going to handcuff over here? It's not going to be like this. Saturn is the one who is the planet of law and order.
Mm-hmm.
So if today you are saying, oh no, this guy took my $100, he cheated me, God should look at him, God should punish him, then who is the God is going to punish him? Saturn. If you want justice for yourself, then it's Saturn who will be doing justice for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because Saturn is the planet of law and order. This is one point. Secondly, you want to be successful, you want to be rich, you want to be professionally on that level, on that level. So who is going to give that? Saturn, because Saturn is having two signs, Capricorn, the natural 10th sign, 10th house, and Aquarius, the 11th natural 11th house and 11th sign. 10th is the house of profession, and 11th is the house of success, house of benefit, profit, your social success.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's second from the 10th house. So how benefited you are going to get from your professional life, how dignified you will be, what will be your stature in the society, that's your 10th, 11th house. So all these millionaire, billionaire people of this world, most of them, as I said, it doesn't go with all the horoscope. Most of them, you will be seeing that because of Saturn and Venus, they became what they are. Yeah. Without Saturn, Venus support, you just can't be, you just can't be overnight. You can be overnight popular for some time, quick popularity, but that millionaire, billionaire for one after another generation and all, no, it's not going to happen without Saturn, because Saturn has the stability.
Yeah.
Saturn has the stability, and Saturn is for hard work. So Saturn is like slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
If you are working hard, and if you are achieving something after working hard, that means it's achieved by you, not by someone else. So it will not go away from you. If I give you something today, perhaps you will lose it because it was not earned by you, it was given by me. But if you earn something by your own hard work, if you achieve something by your own effort, so it's going to stick to you because you achieved it. So that's why Saturn is having the stability. So if you achieve something, it will stick to you. You are not losing your position in the long run. That is Saturn. Slow and steady Saturn will go. Yeah. And even you want to be popular in mass people. Mm-hmm. Poor people, unprivileged people, mass people, you need Saturn.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And how to make Saturn happy? It's very, very simple. First of all, be disciplined. In Saraswati, these are the things you need to check out. Saraswati will give you depression. Saraswati will give you insecurity. That's the basic way. If it's not giving insecurity, if it's not giving you depression, how you will work on yourself? If I tell, please keep on looking at your things, be calculative, are you going to listen? You're not going to listen. Everyone's parent is telling the same thing, but no one is listening it, right? Mm-hmm. So when Saturn will say it in a negative way, then only you are going to listen it. So Saturn will give you all these negative things. You just need to be, first of all, disciplined. Make a routine. At what time you're going to get up in the morning? At what time you'll have breakfast? At what time you'll go to office? At what time you'll read newspaper? At what time you'll do prayers, morning prayers, evening prayers? At what time you will go for maybe movies? It's not that you should not go for movies. You should not go for chilling out. But there will have to be a structured time. If you are following that timetable, everyday, disciplined way, if you be considerate to the mass people, if you don't keep pending walks, if you don't go for shortcut. Many people want shortcut things, I want to achieve the things in a shortcut way. No, Then Saturn again will grip you and Saturn will stop your progress. That's what is Saraswati. So in 30 years, whatever the shortcut you have done, in 7.5 years, he is going to count everything. You got me?
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Yep. Yes, after 30 years, every 30 years, Saraswati comes. And when Saraswati will come, whatever you have done, he will start calculating it now. That, okay, now it's time to find out what you have done.
Yeah, and people seem to have a hard time with Sade Sati only if they don't have a strong Saturn or they don't have a lot of Saturnian energy, because people with a strong Saturn, they're already working hard. They already are persevering. And so Sade Sati comes and they have challenges, but they're kind of more well equipped to take care of those challenges and to, you know, work with them. I've seen that personally.
Yes, even I've seen the Saturn exalted in horoscope, but still they are, you know, having tough time because it's just Saturn is exalted, but then the Saturn flavor, the positive flavor of Saturn, that is missing.
Yeah, it'll still be challenging.
Yeah. So till the time you don't understand, till the time you don't understand Saturn wants from you. That's the hard thing.
Exactly. Okay, so we have like 15 minutes left, and I'm really glad you answered that question. And I'm just going to be looking at the questions from the chat window, and I'll ask you them one by one, whichever ones. Okay, let me just see which ones are the best ones to answer for everyone.
Best one,
Okay, someone said something really funny. She said, if you take the word rat out of Saturn, you have sun.
Yes, in Vedic astrology, actually, yeah, that's a good, you know, pun. That's a good sarcasm. But in Vedic astrology, I hope all of you know that Saturn is the son of sun.
Yep.
Saturn is the S-O-N son of S-U-N sun.
Yes, I know someone was actually saying that too. So they were.
Yeah, so and they are very inimical to each other because their ideology doesn't match at all. So that's why whenever Saturn and Sun together in the horoscope, that means father and son or father and daughter doesn't go along much.
Yeah, that makes sense to me too. Okay, sorry if I'm being distracted. I'm just reading these questions and
say.
Frank wanted to know if you can speak about Swadharma at all.
If I can speak about?
Swadharma. Do you know if let me just type it to you in the chat so you can see maybe
yes.
I'm like weird for you.
Which chart?
Can you see this chat window?
Swadharma.
Yeah, so maybe I'm pronouncing it like a very Americanized way.
Yes. I can talk about Swadharma. See, everyone is having dharma, the word dharma. I don't know if the person is from America who asked the question.
I think so, because it's an American name.
Okay.
That's the next question.
Okay, Pushkar Navamsha, how does it work? I'll come to it. Pushkar Navamsha works and how it works. The word dharma means your nature. It's like the dharma of water. What's the dharma of water? Flow. The flowness of water is the characteristics, the dharma of water. Okay, are you getting me? What is dharma? So what's the dharma of soul? The dharma of soul is to connect with God. Hello?
I can still see you. Sorry, I'm just looking at their chat window.
Okay, I thought that I'm gone.
No, I'm listening.
That's usual trouble. Okay.
Don't worry.
So the Swadharma, our dharma, it's our Swadharma. Swa means myself.
Yep, self.
Swa. And dharma means dharma, the characteristics. So the characteristics of water is flowing. If something is not flowing, we will not say this is water. If something doesn't flow, will you say this is water? You will say, no, this is perhaps ice, that different form of water. But this is not water because it doesn't flow. So the flowingness of water is the dharma or characteristics of Swadharma of water. Same way, the human swadharma should be the soul. We means our soul. Our soul is having the characteristics of connecting to that main soul, the connecting to the powerful God himself. So how we can connect? There are different way of connecting to him. There are, it's not that in religious texts it's written that everyone will have to leave everything, your mom, dad, sister, brother, or your husband, and you will have to go in the jungle. No, you can be at your home. You can do your, this is also your dharma. This is also your dharma, to take care of your father, to take care of your mom, to take care of your children. This is also your dharma. If you are escaping from it, so next time again, did you ever think that why my Saturn is debilitated? Why my Venus is debilitated? Did ever people think of it? So perhaps you were not, going as per your swadharma.
And does Swadharma, does that feel natural? Like, is this something that's naturally carrying you through life, or do you have to be conscious?
Nowadays, you will have to be conscious because we are so much into materialistic life. So you will have to be conscious while walking, talking, and everything. Otherwise, it's the, it's the natural way of connecting God. It should be the natural way of connecting God. So whenever we go in trouble time, we automatically say that, oh no, oh God, save me. We don't say, oh, mommy, where are you? Save me. Do you say that?
No.
You don't say that. You say that, oh God, save me. If you are in dark place and you are feeling very scary, then you say that, oh God, where are you? Save me. So that's the natural way. We know that it's only God who can save us. It's not mom, dad, or anyone else. So that's how, this is the swadharma of connecting to God. So whatever is blocking you for getting connected with him, so this is against our dharma. Whatever is helping you connecting with him, this is your swadharma, to follow that dharma, to follow that path.
Right.
To follow that characteristics. So that's how you can go. So swadharma is a very vast, thing to talk about. What can be our swadharma? To what are the ways can be to connect with him, and how we can be connected all the time without getting interrupted. What are the things can interrupt us? Our lover, money, disease. These are the things will interrupt us because we get carried away in all these things.
Yeah.
So that is more or less like swadharma. I hope you understood a little bit. If you understood, then the person who asked, I'm sure he understood it too.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, and we have
and Pushkar Navamsha.
Yep, and I think that'll be our final question because I actually have to go. So
any other question is there you want to ask apart from Pushkar Navamsha or something?
Let me just see if anyone asked one other question. We'll take that one too. Well, someone was asking, is it different than karma? Like, what's the difference between swadharma and karma?
Swadharma is different thing and karma is different thing. So if your previous karma is bad, so you will be always away from swadharma. Okay, if your previous karma is bad, so obviously you will not be able to connect with God so easily. You will be always, wandering here and there. Your soul will be wandering. If you didn't had a cab with the proper destination, so the cab will take you from this place, that place. You will be wasting money, you will be wasting time, and you will not be reaching home. Are you getting me?
Yep.
The same way, if you didn't do any good karma, so you will not be knowing God so easily. People are atheists. People are, people are so weird. They don't want to take care of their own duties, their own things. They don't want to take care of their own father. They will send them to old age home, or many things are there. So these are the things people will go, distracted or away from the swadharma. So you need to have a good karma to be on the path of swadharma. And So create good karma to be on Swadharma. So these are kind of parallel thing, but still quite different. Okay. And yeah, as the Pushkar Navamsha thing, I'm just telling it, planets, Pushkar Navamsha, how does it work? So I hope the person who asked it knows what is Pushkar Navamsha. The planets in certain degrees, that is Pushkar Navamsha. So any planet is in, watery sign, airy sign, perhaps. Any planet is in airy sign in D1, and if in D9 it's in Pisces and Taurus, so then definitely it's in Pushkar Navamsha.
Okay.
If any planet is in Ardhi sign and still in Pushkar, Taurus and Pisces in D9, so definitely it's in Pushkar Navamsha degrees. So some degreecal slaps are there. If the planet is from 0 to 320 degree, or 12 to 1230 degree of fiery sign, 16 till 1640 degree of fiery sign, then they will be in Pushkar Navamsha. These are certain things are there. Okay, it's the rules. So when any planet, if you have one planet, two planets in Pushkar Navamsha, so they are very auspicious planets. Okay. From Obama to Gandhi to I will say more or less all the big people, worldwide renowned people, not small people, and Bill Clinton. Everyone is having more than 2 planets in Pushkar Navamsha.
Wow.
When you have lots of planets in Pushkar Navamsha, that means all the planets are going to give you quite a lot of auspicious results. Now, when it will give auspicious result, and what sort of auspicious result? As per the lordship of the house, it will give Pushkar Navamsha, auspicious result. And when the Mahadasha, Antardasha of that planet will come. Okay. So the running Mahadasha, Dasha will say that how it's going to work. Then one more thing is there. If that planet, suppose your Jupiter is in Pushkar Navamsha, and Jupiter is one planet which is with your 5th Lord Moon. Okay, so your 5th Lord, your 10th Lord Moon and Jupiter together, and 1st Lord Jupiter together, making Gajkeshri Yoga, making a huge Raj Yoga. Over here, Moon is also positive for you, Jupiter is also positive for you. None of them are the planet of 3, 6, 8, 12 house. They're very, very positive for you. They are making Raj Yoga, and any of them, either Moon or Jupiter, is in Pushkar Navamsha, and your Jupiter Mahadasha going on, or your Jupiter Mahadasha going on, Moon Antardasha going on, or in Moon Mahadasha, Jupiter Antardasha came, that means then it will give a huge impact, because it's number one, then Pushkar Navamsha, running Mahadasha, and also the Raj Yoga will get activated. So that you can really expect that someone is going to have some prominence in the society, and he will go up. People will start knowing him. It's not that, yeah, I was earning 2,000 grand per month. Now I'll be earning 5,000 grand. No. Pushkar Navamsha is not all silly result. It's for popularity. It's for being famous.
Wow.
So during that time, the person will be known by many people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Pushkar Navamsha, the people, those who are having lots of planets in Pushkar Navamsha, they usually go quite high. They are popular people. They are world-renowned people, something like this. And yes, of course, there are lots of pros and cons. There are lots of pros and cons, like your ascendant will have to be very strong. Some Raj Yoga will have to go on. Many things are there. But this is more or less the basic gist of Pushkar Navamsha.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for answering that.
Welcome. And I'm sure those who actually hear all these things, they enjoyed it equally. Yeah.
And as a follow-up question, someone asked if the ascendant itself falls in Pushkar Navamsha, what happens?
That's good. When Pushkar Navamsha ascendant degree is in Pushkar Navamsha itself, Pushkaramsha, So when the ascendant degree Mahadasha will come or Antardasha will come, the person will start getting that, that noble vibration will be too much on him, too much.
Okay.
So unless and until ascendant is not too much afflicted, ascendant Lord is not too much debilitated, it should slowly give better result on and on.
Okay, thank you. And thank you so much for joining me on my channel.
Welcome. It was nice talking on many various subjects.
Yeah, and I know we still had so many questions to answer, so maybe we can have you back on. And if anyone wants to see more from Astro Sharmistha, which I don't know why I can't pronounce your name, then please.
That's okay. It still is better. What do you say?
Thank you. So please go to her YouTube channel, her Facebook page, her website. She does readings. She's always making videos and, sharing her thoughts and knowledge about astrology. So yeah, definitely check her out. And thank you so much again.
Welcome. It was nice getting connected to you and with your viewers. So I'll be back sometime soon, maybe later. And till that time, you people keep on reading more, keep on, finding more about astrology and keep being astro enthusiast.
Yes, please. So I'm just going to stop this recording, but I'll stay on with you. So
yes. Yeah. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Good night from my side because it's quite late over here, 11:30 p.m. So good night from my side, wherever you people are.
Yes, and good morning from me.